It all kicked off with a jarring phone ring at 7 a.m., yanking me from my routine of dosing my old dog with arthritis pills. "Mister, you selling Crystal Lagoon for $200,000? The caller demanded. My heart skipped. I'd never dreamed of parting with the pond that's been in my family for generations. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. My new neighbor, Brenda Fowler, had slyly snapped photos of my property, posted fake online ads, and pocketed deposits from duped buyers. When I marched over to demand answers, she spun a web of lies, dialing 911 and accusing me of harassing the local HOA president. Newsflash, there was no HOA. At 72, widowed and alone with my faithful but frail dog Rex, I seemed like low-hanging fruit for her scams. But her greed ignited a revenge plot that blurred the lines between justice and cruelty, sparking heated debates. Was I a hero protecting the vulnerable, or a vigilante who went too far by literally trapping a desperate woman in her own home? Call me Edward Collins, a retired chief accountant living on a modest 5-acre spread anchored by Crystal Lagoon, a sparkling 2-acre pond that's my slice of paradise. My $1,800 monthly pension barely covers basics, especially Rex's $700 meds for his crippling arthritis 10, my only companion since my wife Clara passed 3 years back. In '85, I uncovered a $10 million corporate fraud, so sniffing out crooks is in my blood. Brenda, 48, rolled in 4 months ago, bankrupt to the tune of $200,000 from gambling binges and dodgy telemarketing schemes. Desperate? Absolutely. Dangerous? You bet she preyed on emotions like a pro. She'd waltzed over with a welcome apple pie, all sugar and sympathy, chatting me up while her eyes devoured the pond view from my kitchen. Got an HOA here? She probed. Nah, we mind our own, I said naively. Fast forward. Calls poured in, one bidder waving $250,000 cash. Panicked, I hunted online ads everywhere. Prime Crystal Lagoon, $200,000, owner ailing. Pro photos of my land, her as legal agent. 47 nibbles in a week. With Rex hobbling behind, I confronted her. Sweet Brenda vanished. Ice-cold eyes met mine. Community property, geezer. She flashed bogus papers, called cops. He's invading my space. Officers showed. She handed a card, Brenda Fowler, Crystal Lagoon HOA Press, and hit me with a $5,000 fine for yard neglect. They called it civil, but my fraud-honed instincts screamed fake. Flimsy paper, her bank details, no legit stamps. Calls kept coming. One sucker had wired her $10,000 deposit. Library dive confirmed. No HOA filed. State law demands 67% owner buy-in. Door-knocking neighbors unveiled the nightmare. 15 seniors, 68 to 89, fleeced for $45,000. Mrs. Lopez, 82, taped Brenda's venom. Fork over $3,000 or kiss your house goodbye hag. Mr. Wong, a nom-vet on $1,200 disability, paid from burial funds. All isolated widows, some drowning in payday loans from fear. Brenda's ads multiplied, snagging $30,000 more in deposits, labeling me a squatter. Total take, $75,000 in a month. Was she a monster, or a product of a system that lets addicts spiral into crime? That question haunts my sympathy for her demons, or zero tolerance for elder exploitation. Goons bang my door. Pay or suffer. They booted Rex, sparking convulsions. Emergency vet drained my last $120, meds spiking to $700. Newspaper archives exposed her bankruptcy, casino debts, predatory loans. She was cornered, volatile. Another victim called, $15,000 gone, Brenda MIA. She aimed a bolt with the loot. Insomnia led to a gem in old surveys. Her access easement owed $3,500 taxes, auction-bound. Snag it, and she'd be Kajedno Road out. Swallowed pride, borrowed $4,000 from daughter Megan. Dad, this reeks of risk, she fretted, recalling my '85 fraud bust. Auction day, her brother Carl bid wildly, but my long residency clinched it at $4,200. He fumed. Fixed. I erected a 10-foot steel gate. Code 1953, Clara's birth year, cameras glaring, signs warning trespassers. Playing feeble, I coaxed a signed receipt from her as HOA president. Dawn broke with her car smashing the gate, horns blaring, curses flying. Carl swung tools. I summoned cops. They validated my deed. Thugs returned, shattering glass, slashing Rex's paw. Bleeding dog in arms, rage boiled. Legal system sluggish. So I took control but was trapping her humane. Or did it make me the tyrant? Neighbors erupted. Mrs. Lopez rallied her son David, ex-cop. War room. 15 victims shared horrors, skipped insulin, grandkid supplies stolen. David's suit. Elder abuse, extortion. FBI pounced interstate wire fraud. Brenda texted, "My shark lawyer Victor Lang undefeated in 100 cases will ruin you fossils." Court was David versus Goliath. Lang loomed, suing for $500,000. He imprisoned her maliciously. Solo, I quavered. Then seniors charged in. Testify. David unleashed tapes, forgeries, hidden bankruptcy profits. Lang bailed. Judge escalated federally. Raid yielded $75,000 cash. Fake doc kit. 50 victim hit list. Sentencing. Brenda, hollow-eyed in jumpsuit, drew 7 years for fraud avalanche. Carl, 3 for aiding. Pleading community good. She wailed victimhood. Fair. Or excessive for a gambler pushed to edges. Debates flared. Vigilantism empowers the weak or erodes law. Her addiction illness or excuse. House foreclosed landlocked, unsellable. I snagged it for $120,000, gifting Megan and granddaughter Ava. They relocated. Ava frolicked pondside. Forever ours, Gramps. Rex slipped away at 12, buried under an apple tree from Brenda's pite-wisted karma. Story went viral. Heroic stand or cruel overreach. Critics cried entrapment violated rights. Supporters hailed it as anti-elder abuse blueprint. Did I cross into villainy, punishing desperation with isolation? Or was it righteous payback in a flawed system? Age tempers the body but hones the mind, and sometimes that edge cuts deep, leaving society to argue the scars.